My name is Yohana. I'm a working mother with one kid and I've been Young Living member since 2017. So today I want to share a little bit why I choose Young Living. Actually, the answer can be simple but also elaborate. So I will give you an insight about this book. This is a book that I read that makes me convinced why I choose Young Living is the right way. So when I first decided to enroll as a Young Living member, I do comparison with other essential oil companies. But one thing that made me feel secure to choose Young Living is because they have seed to sale policy. So what is seed to sale policy? So Young Living has been working to ensure that from the planting, from the sourcing, to the distillation, to the bottling and selling to us as an end user, Young Living has been regulate all of that in a standard. That standard is called seed to sale. So seed to sale, what's involved in seed to sale? Seed to sale in basic has three pillar source. So coming from sourcing, science and standard. So what is it sourcing? Sourcing means the way they do the farming, the plantation, the way they do the distillation. Science is the way they do the testing on the distillation result, on the process, on your oils, on the product that you use every day. They measure it by science. So it's not just by, oh, maybe this smell is nice, that smell is not nice. No. Young Living is in the business of wellness, not on the business of smell. And last is standard. So what does it mean with standard? Means Young Living makes sure that the company will comply to regulation, to sustain green environment, to make sure that whenever they do plantation, when they do farming, it will be sustainable, it will be environment friendly. It's silly if we do farming plantation but we disrupt the ecosystem around the farm. So Young Living has been adhered to that standard. So just for your information, that one of the main point that made me fall in love with Young Living seed to sale is Young Living owns farms, and not just owns farms. Young Living also work with partner farms. So all the oils that we have is Young Living try to ensure that they have control over the quality. So how to do that? So they have partner farm. The partner farm will apply, will follow Young Living standard in terms of environmental safety, in terms of plantation, in terms of distillation. They will follow all the standard that Young Living set. So the partner farm, you can ensure that Young Living apply the same standard as its own farm. In total, we have about 20 to 25 global farms. And interesting is you can visit the farms anytime. So you just need to contact one of the farm that listed there. You just make inquiry. Can I drop by? Can I visit? Can I just take a trip to the farm? It's like you are using the oils, and we know the oils is wonderful, but we also want to know some people how they produce these wonderful oils, and is it really worth the price? I see other brand outside that is cheaper, but why I need to choose Young Living? So visiting the farm may be one of the idea that you can lively watch how we do the farming, we do the plantation. And that's for the sourcing. So Young Living did a lot of effort for sourcing. If you see other videos explained by other members, they will dig more details about how Young Living do the farming. They give a break to the soil. They don't use herbicides, pesticides. If you follow USDA organic, the regulation is only 95% organic, which is the 5%. They might still use pesticide and herbicides on certain brand or certain type. But in Young Living, we are confirmed, we are sure that it's totally organic. You might say, other brand might say, oh, we don't use pesticides. But how about herbicides? No one ever asks about herbicides, right? In Young Living, they even use sheep as a herbicide. we don't use chemical herbicide to take care of the plant, take care of the crop, take care of the weed. So the farmer, the staff on the farm, they think way how to do the herbicides process, without involving chemical. It's like natural science that sometimes you need certain type of sheep that only eat certain type of weed that grow in our lavender farm. So they don't need to resort to chemical herbicides to maintain of the crops. And even they also measure after you cut the crops, how long period of time you have before the oil has a lower quality, amount of quality. So they have certain time frame when you can do the harvest, how much more hours or how much more days you have or you need to leave the plant, as they call it curing. You need to curing the plant before you can do the distillation. So it's not as simple as you see the farmer, like rice farmer, you just cut the rice crop and when the rice is ready you just pack. It's not like that. It requires a lot of science and a lot of farming expertise, because every farm are on different soil, on different geological spot. So the character of the soil will be different, the weather will be different, the amount of water they can get also will be different. That's why I really find the seed to seed process is very interesting, because they really, Young Living really set the standard to follow that, to ensure that the whole farms actually get their best advantage, how to plant in the best condition and how to do the distillation in the most conducive situation, so we can get the highest quality oil possible. So once the plant is harvested, distillation process is finished, it doesn't mean it goes directly to the bottling, to the bottle 515 ml that you have. Actually, after that, you will see that sample for each batch of distillation will be sent to the lab. So we will have the lab to test it from scientific perspective. They do around 20 or 21 types of tests to ensure that the chemical compound that produced naturally on the oil is there and the quality meets the standard of the Young Living oils. So imagine that Young Living lab is having, Young Living is 25 years old. So you imagine that the lab science, they have library of data of 25 years old of harvest crops and oils. So they know exactly actually what is the chemical compound that they need to find on each harvest batch to make sure that this oil gives the therapeutic result. So that's why I choose Young Living. 25 years old, the oldest company of essential oil in the world. And it's not just a matter of price, it's also a matter, they have the huge library of data in scientific base, how to make sure that the oil is working for you, that the oil is on the therapeutic level. That's what seed to seed program it is. So that's for the science fact. So, and Young Living never hesitate to reject a batch of distillation if it doesn't meet your standard. So a few years back when I joined 2017, when I joined as a member, everyone was on hype. Fella is back. And I, as a new member, I think, why everyone is so hype about it? Then they tell me, Fella has been out of stock for years. It's because one of the ingredients, blue tansy, is supplied on a private partner farm, but the test batch doesn't meet Young Living requirement. Maybe the lab science detects some chemical that is not pure or doesn't meet the quality standard that Young Living wants. So they decided to make this oil, Fella oil, to be out of stock for years instead of selling under quality oils. So that's how far they have gone for the seed to seed quality. So that what makes me assure that I choose the right company to buy my essential oil. And the last one is for standard. So Young Living follow a standard that is applied globally. So you can expect wherever the farm or wherever the partner farm is, Young Living will enforce them to follow the same standard. And it's not just that, Young Living also will comply with the local law and also to the Lazy Act law, is where if it's an endangered plant, it's an endangered species of plants, Young Living will stop doing harvest on it. Like, I think it's so you will see, right, our feller has several versions. The original feller, then we have a reformulated feller. So when the second generation of feller, the reformulated feller, is out of stock, they change it to feller 2. So feller 2 and our current feller are on different formulation. And some of you who is lucky to have the original version of feller, it contains certain single oil which Young Living no longer producing, is because it's FDA declare and US government declare that it's not very sustainable to be harvested, and it's to protect the environment. So you can be assured that whenever you buy a product, an essential oil that is not just good in quality, but the producer, the company, is also answer the responsibility to sustain the earth and environment. So that is one thing. For me, it is like it's a responsibility for us as a buyer, as a user. You not just get a good product, but you know that your product doesn't harm the environment, that your product is produced comply with sustainability. Our earth has been going on for years, and we know that climate change, global pandemic is on the rise. So sustainability is a very hot topic nowadays. It's a very important matter that we need to pay attention for. Okay, so that's it from me. Enjoy your oils, and if you want to know more about what is actually really inside the Young Living Seed to Seal, you can go to seedtoseal.com, or you can also try to find this book and read, so you can get an inside matter actually what has been done in the farm, how to do the distillation, how to do the testing. It's a very good book. Okay, thank you. Bye.